Hello friend, welcome to homerecordingmadeeasy.com, and here on the YouTube channel, and this time out we're going to start a little mixing series here with channel strips and analog style plugins. And this week we're going to take a look at the Apogee Bob Clearmountain 8068 Neve channel strip, which is right here on the screen here. We're going to take a listen to this. Today we're going to mix some drums. We're just going to start with some raw drum tracks. We're going to use this on drums. Going to see how this thing sounds. I haven't played with it yet. I just demoed it. I don't own the plugin quite yet. So we're going to check it out, and we're going to start to build on this song here over the next several weeks with different channel strips and different analog style plugins, so you guys can get a feel for how to turn your DAW really into like an analog studio and get the same workflow, the same sound, the same vibe, all with just really a handful of plugins. So we're going to demo a bunch of these plugins over the next several weeks. So make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also, if this is your first time here, go to homerecordingmadeeasy.com. I got a free mixing course right on the homepage. It's $100 emailed right to your inbox. No strings attached. It's my way to say thank you for checking out Home Recording Made Easy. And if you stick around till the end of the video, you're going to get some other great information and some discounts and some really cool stuff. So also, before we get started, if you want to learn more about how we turn your DAW into an analog studio and this whole concept and workflow, check the link in the description box below and check out my course, Mixing with Analog Style Plugins Made Easy, brand new for 2025, and there's a 25% discount coupon code. Just look in the description box below. We're going to dive real deep into this whole philosophy over mixing, not only with channel strips, but with tape machines and saturators and the classic gear and how this whole workflow is set up and how to use them most effectively. So if you use any of these kinds of plugins, all these analog style plugins, you want to check that out. And again, it's 25% off. Okay, so let's jump in here and take a look at this. So here is our 8068 here by Apogee in conjunction with Bob Clearmountain. Is one of my favorite mixes. Love Bob Clearmountain. He's a big SSL guy, as everybody probably knows, but he's also recently, over the last year or so, I think he's acquired the 8068 Neve, an actual one that he worked on, the actual console that he worked on at Power Station. He was able to buy that console. He came across it and he bought it. And it's one of the few that are in existence still, the 8068, that's in full intact and hasn't been parted out. And there's a little documentary on the Apogee website, him talking about it. It's really cool. Go check that out. I'll link that below too. I'll try to remember. But anyway, they modeled the actual 8068. Very simple plug-in to use. And so let's walk through it quickly. So on the left side, we have the line in or a mic in. We can choose that with these two buttons here. And then we have a real simple EQ with predetermined frequency points. Okay, which is great, which is one of the magical ways that these consoles sound, is they pick these frequency points for a reason, and they have that sound. And it's really cool. So we have a high shelf filter here, 10, 12, 16K. Okay, we have a mid-band here all the way from, 350 all the way up to 7.2K, and we can change the bandwidth a little bit here with the high Q. And then we have a low frequency shelf, again, just like highs, this is a shelf. This goes from 35 to 220, and again, it's a shelf. Then we have a low cut filter here, and then we have our high cut filter here. We have a phase button here, and then we can turn the EQ on and off. We have our fader here, and then we have this output trim that when you're in mic mode, it will automatically, as you boost the mic preamp, if you use the mic side instead of the line side, it'll automatically turn down the output to level match, which is kind of cool. And that's always nice. At the top here, you can resize the plugin. We'll keep it at 100%. There's a few presets in here by Mr. Clearmountain here. You can check those out. We may check some of those out along the way, but you can also save your own user preset as well. So that's always cool. You can A/B stuff. You can make your own presets, and then we have our little, you can use oversampling. You can also show the values, which means as you turn things, you can see what the values are, how much you're turning things up or down, which is cool. And that's it. Okay, so we're going to do drums this week, and then we're going to work through this song over the next several weeks. This song here is these are raw tracks, fader just thrown up here. This is by the artist James D. Cooler. The name of the song is ATM. I'll play a little snippet of it for you. Again, it's not mixed, it's not EQ'd, it's nothing. Fader's thrown up. Check out James D. Cooler's links in the description box below. Thank you, James, for letting us use this session as part of this demonstration. You're going to hear this whole song in its entirety over the next few weeks as we mix this thing with all these great analog style plugins. So let's listen to a quick little intro verse here, chorus of ATM by James D. Cooler, and then we're going to jump into the 8068 and we're going to start working on these drums. Here we go.
that was a lie. I don't wanna say, but your heart's like the weather. You have a pretty smile when you ask for my car. I need some clothes, a better car, a new nose, a diamond star, the biggest house in Beverly Hills. And you love me if you never have to pay for the bills. Hey, sweet baby, I don't need you. You better find another ATM. Life is more, don't spend my money. I'm not the one who's gotta pay. I'm not to pay your rent.
Okay, there's ATM by James D. Cooler. Again, just threw up the faders at 0, a little bit of balancing, that's it. Wonderfully recorded track, which always helps us when we're trying to get stuff that sounds good in a mix. So we're gonna loop up some drums here. Okay, let's start with our kick in here. Let's get out this 8068 here. Let's see what we can do with it. And yeah, let's see how it sounds. You can let me know in the description box. And again, you want to go demo this thing, go demo it. You could purchase it. I think right now it's 99 bucks on sale. It's not this is not a sponsored video. I'm just demoing this. Everything I'm going to show you over the next several weeks, all the plugins in this whole workflow, I don't have sponsors from anyone. This is all just the stuff that I use, that I like. I wanted to check this out because I love Bob Clearmountain. Here is our kick in track here. Let's listen to this. Sounds pretty good. We need some beef. All right, so let's get a little 60 here. Okay, so I take a little out at 700, quite a bit out actually, to get rid of some of the nasal, the boxiness. A little bit of 10K here, a little bit of slap. Not bad, right? Sounds pretty good. Not bad. Could use a gate on that as well, but we're going to skip that for now. Let's go to our kick sub mic. We'll just solo this up. With that real low, thick stuff. We're not looking for any top ends. I want to take a little... Okay, let's blend it with the other kick here. Okay, let's see. Kick drum. No kick drum. No 8068. Here's without the Neve. I can live with that. Hello friend, I hope you're enjoying the video. Hey, if you want to learn more about working with channel strips and how to turn your DAW into an analog studio workflow, check out my new course, Mixing with Analog Style Plugins Made Easy, the 2025 edition. You'll be mixing faster with far less plugins and processing, and your mixes will sound way more consistent from project to project. And right now you can get a 25% discount by using the coupon code YouTube25 at checkout. All the links are in the description box below. I'll see you inside the course. Now back to the video. Okay, snare top. Now we can always push the mic level. Let's just see, push the mic pre a little bit. It should do an auto gain thing. Let's see. Yeah, you'll see the output changes. Gets a little bit of compression, a little bit of saturation. That's kind of cool. So what's great about a Neve, especially on the top end, you can, in all my experiences with Neve channel strips, and I'm told the real consoles are like this as well. I don't know, I've never worked on a Neve, I've only worked on SSLs, but the top end, little goes a long way, never sounds brittle. You can really push it, and it's got that nice thickness on the bottom. That's what sounds really great about a Neve. Okay, so we got, do we have a snare bottom? Yes, we do, snare bottom. Okay, so we got, let's see what the snare bottom sounds like. We'll do the same thing. We'll push the mic line a little. Yeah, it crunches up nice. Kick snare. Let's go to overhead. I like to do kick snare overheads. We have an overhead left and an overhead right. Let's just see what this is. Let's solo this up quick. And we got some boxiness I want to get rid of. I feel like I want to hit a little bit more beef on this thing. Let's go to the right side here. Okay, kick snare overhead. Let's hear what we got for kick snare overhead. Okay, let's take away the clear mountain. Here's no channel strips. Not bad. Hi-hats. So what's one good thing about mixing with this kind of stuff, mixing with channel strips, and one of the main reasons I like to mix with channel strips is because it gives the whole mix, when you throw it on every track, a sense of cohesion, right? It has everything going through the same kind of emulated analog gear. So it's going to sound very kind of glued together. Before we even start, it's going to kind of mesh everything together. That's one of the secrets of working in the analog domain. When you're running things through a console, it has a sound. Before you even get to any other outboard gear, it kind of glues everything together. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here as well. Now, it's more than just channel strips. The channel strip does most of the heavy lifting. There's other pockets and pieces of gear you would lose along the way, or use plugins along the way to cop the analog workflow. And again, if you check out Mixing with Analog Style Plugins, you'll learn all about that. Trust me. Be the best money you've ever spent, and you get a discount. Look in the link below. Here's the hi-hat. Let's just see what we got for the hi-hat here. Let me solo this up quickly. Just see what we got here. Got a lot of the splashy stuff happening here. We're gonna kind of just blend that in a little bit here. Let's, well, we got the rest of the band here. I'm gonna turn down all the other faders in the mix just so we don't have to keep soloing everything up. We're gonna get to the rest of this mix over the next couple of videos, so don't you worry. So let's get rid of the rooms here too for a minute. Let's get rid of the toms here for a minute. Let's just listen to what we've been working with. Okay, let's get to the toms here. So we have one tom, a Tom, a Dick, and a Harry. Let's see what we got. He only hits the toms a few times in this thing here. So let's just do a quick listen to this one tom. Okay, let's do a low cut here, probably around 110. Push it with the mic. Pushing with a lot of 110 there. Okay. So we're going to bring that back down here. Let's go to tom 2. We're almost done with these drums here. Drums always take the longest, right? All right, so we got tom 2 and tom 3. He hits those a couple of more times. I'm gonna push this with the mic a little. Okay, we're not setting the world on fire with this, right? It only hits them a few times. Let's get to the last tom here, and then we'll get to the rooms and we'll blend this whole thing together, shall we? Wow, that sounds great already. Listen to that thing. All right, let's go. What did we do? We're not doing anything on this yet. Let's push this a little. All right, it sounds pretty frickin' great to me. Let's just try. Let's see what we got here now. Hey, right on, man. All right, let's loop this up a little bit further, and we'll do through the drum fill here, so we can kind of loop it around. Let's get to the rooms, left and right, shall we? Let's start off with the left, and then we'll pan it. I'm going to use the mic. I'm going to use the preamp again as well on this. Yeah, it's already, you can hear like a little bit of compression in there, which is cool. One great thing about working with channel strips, a lot of people don't realize, even though there's not a compressor in this particular desk or this channel strip like there is in, let's say, an SSL EAD series, which we'll do in another couple of weeks, the channel strip acts like a compressor. A real console acts like a compressor. As soon as you start running analog gear through it, it will compress a little bit. That's why a lot of people realize when they start using channel strip mixing in this way in the box, or where they're using real analog gear, they find that they do a lot less processing. They need a lot less outboard gear or outboard gear and plugins, because the channel strip acts like a compressor in a lot of ways. It glues it together and it gives it a little saturation and compression, and that's what we have here. I like that a little bit of 110 on my rooms. Just a little there. Let's, we can do that. And then let's get to the next one here. Let's see what we got here. Same thing pretty much. So we're going to do a low cut around 70. We're going to boost a little bit of 110. We're going to crank this little crankety crank a little bit. Get a little bit of 350 out of there, and then let's pan this left and right. Let's blend them together. Now let's blend it with the rest of the drum kit, and let's see where we're at. How much room do we want? Okay, now let's get rid of all the channel strips, and then we'll wrap up this video. Here we go. Here's with the Clear Mountain 8068, and then we'll take it away. Not bad, right? So it glues it all together. It gives it a nice sense of cohesion. There's a little bit of saturation there, a little bit of compression, and it just sounds a little bit more beefier, a little bit more aggressive. That's what Neve does. That's the whole thing with the Neve. It's just aggressive, and it just sounds great. It's got that Neve kind of flavor. Anything you run through, it just sounds good. So there we go. So there's a quick look at the Bob Clear Mountain 8068 by Apogee. Cool plugin. Again, check the link in the description box. Simple, easy to use, sounds really good, has that Neve thing. Just sounds fantastic. Over the next few videos, we're going to continue on with this mix with the 8068. We'll do percussion, bass, acoustic guitars maybe next week, and then we'll go into electric guitars, lead vocals, background vocals, and we'll eventually, over the next 4 or 5 weeks, finish the entire mix using just the 8068. Just the 8068. And then we can learn more about in future videos beyond that. If you want that, leave it in the comments below, where we can start building out the rest of our analog studio with saturation and tape. And then how do we talk about these other pieces of analog gear that you kind of sprinkle in there that kind of emulate the stuff that I have in the racks behind me, 1176s, Pultecs, and all of those things. Again, if you want to learn more about this in great detail, I got a 7-hour course, Mixing with Analog Style Plugins Made Easy. Check it out. Links in the description box. Right now, you get a discount if you use the coupon code. Check it out and let me know what you think. And until the next video where we take a look at the rest of this song by James D. Cooler, ATM, with the 8068. I've been Dave with HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next video.